Welcome to the CISSP Primer by Daniel Mahanti. In this series, we will be discussing various topics from the CISSP Common Body of Knowledge. In this video, we will talk about computer crime and legal systems. A computer crime involves a computing device and a network where the computer can be used as the weapon of the crime or it can be the target of the crime. Examples of computer crime are identity theft, hacking, phishing, spamming, violation of intellectual property, and child pornography. The U.S. Department of Justice defines computer crime broadly as any violations of criminal law that involve a knowledge of computer technology for their perpetration, investigation, or prosecution. A more detailed definition comes from the CIO white papers, which describe computer crime as offenses that are committed against individuals or groups of individuals with a criminal motive to intentionally harm the reputation of the victim or cause physical or mental harm or loss to the victim directly or indirectly using modern telecommunication networks. The explosive increase in the number of interconnected systems has created unprecedented opportunities for cybercrime. Computer crimes are classified into three categories. The first is computer-assisted crime, where the computer is a tool to carry out the crime, for example, attacking financial systems, military systems, industrial espionage, state actors carrying out attacks on the infrastructure of other states, hacktivism. Computer as the target of the crime, where the computer is the victim of an attack, example, DDoS attacks, installing malware, capturing passwords, buffer overflow. Computer incidental to the crime, where the computer is neither the attacker nor the victim of the attack, but happened to be involved when the crime was carried out. In other words, the computer was an instrument to carry out traditional crimes. Examples are storing stolen information or child pornography on computers. The crime lies in stealing the information or dealing in child pornography. The computer is incidental to the crime. If no specific provision of cyber law is available, cyber crimes may be covered by regular crime laws as the acts themselves are criminal whether they involve computers or not. There are different types of legal systems in the world: civil law system, common law system, customary law system, religious law system, and mixed law system. Remember, as a CISSP candidate, you are not expected to be an expert in law, but you should possess a broad understanding of the different types of legal systems. Let us now turn to the common law system. This system developed in England, where judges toured the country resolving disputes and enforcing laws. However, at this point of time, laws were not codified, meaning there was no written book of statutes to rely upon. In such a situation, where judges had to dispense justice without codified laws, it is not surprising that they tended to rely on the morals and expectations of the community to distinguish right from wrong. As a result, their rulings were based on precedents and customs. In the 12th century, King Henry II imposed a unified legal system across the country, hence the term common. Common law is prevalent in many parts of the world: the United Kingdom, the United States of America, India, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. The common law system has three branches. In civil or tort law, the defendant owes a legal duty to the victim. Example, damaging someone's property, negligence, nuisance, invasion of privacy, patent violation. Such offenses are punishable by fine. Criminal law involves a wrong against society, not just an individual. Example, murder violent crime. These offences are punishable by incarceration and fine. The objective is that the punishment should serve as a deterrent. Administrative law relates to building codes, safety standards, health regulations, etc. Let us now distinguish between civil and criminal law. Under civil law, the aggrieved party has to initiate legal action. Under criminal law, on the other hand, since society itself is the victim, the state initiates action against the accused. Civil offences are usually punishable by a fine, while criminal offences may also involve incarceration. There's a marked difference in the burden of proof required in civil and criminal proceedings. While preponderance of evidence is considered adequate in civil proceedings, in criminal cases the proof should be beyond reasonable doubt. The same offense can attract both civil and criminal proceedings. The civil law system developed in continental Europe, many portions of which were once part of the Roman Empire. As far back as the 6th century, Roman laws were codified by Emperor Justinian. The civil law system, therefore, is based on codified or written laws. Under civil law, judicial precedents and case rulings do not carry the weight they do under common law. Customary law is a set of customs, practices, and beliefs that are accepted as obligatory rules of conduct by communities. Customary law forms an intrinsic part of the social and economic systems and way of life of a community. Customary law can relate to the use of and access to natural resources, rights and obligations relating to land, inheritance, and property, maintenance of cultural heritage, and many other matters. It is usually combined with another legal system. Restitution by fine or return of property is a common feature of this system. There are many types of religious laws: Sharia law, Hindu law, and Halakha or Jewish law. The primary difference between other forms of law and religious laws is that in the case of the former, human beings create the laws. In religious laws, on the other hand, religious scholars and jurists refer to the religious sources for guidance in an attempt to discover the truth. As a result, jurists and clerics have a high degree of authority in interpretation. Sometimes two legal systems may coexist. In the state of Quebec in Canada and Louisiana in the United States, for instance, both the civil and the common law systems coexist. We hope you liked this video in our CISSP primer. Please wait for our next video in this series. Thank you.